2000 and what is it, 2007 now? Like, this tree's huge, man. It's like there's parts of hip hop that we don't even know exist right now. There's things going on inside of this culture that we don't even exist. So I don't really care what the hell they call me. You know what I mean? As long as she calls me when she's drunk and there ain't nobody at her house.
All right, I was considering not asking this question,
Go
but
anywhere you want to go.
what do you think about kids sharing Seven's Travels online before it was officially released? I mean, if you met somebody that downloaded it, what would you say to them?
I'd say that you're selling yourself short. Like, I'm not against people downloading music early. I don't care. I'm not against people sharing files and downloading records because, I mean, realistically, that's how you get to know who I am, and now you're at my show. You know what I mean? And so if that's what it took to get you to my show, I'm with it. I think that the real pain that comes within this download culture that we got going on is the lack of community. Like, back in the day, I used to make mixtapes for friends, and essentially that's bootlegging. I'm taking your 12 inches, I'm putting them on a tape, and I'm taking it to school to hit my man off. But the catch is, when I give it to him, he's getting it from a person who's going, hey.
Speaking of that little
cell phone culture.
Sometimes they ring with Method Man.
He's getting it, and he's going, hey, I'm getting this from this friend of mine.
Oh, my bad.
I'm getting it from a friend of mine, and this means more because this is my friend going, hey, I want you to check these songs out. You know, if you like it, holler at me, let me know. If you don't, or maybe I'm giving a mixtape to a girl, like, yo, check this out, you know. And really, this is my way of maybe trying to get attention from you. This is my way of trying to, you know, whatever, become your friend, or to show you what I'm dealing with or what I'm thinking about, or maybe just to open you up to some stuff, or, you know, whatever. That doesn't exist in the download culture because you're going on there anonymously finding stuff, and really you have to wade your own way through it. Like, quite honestly, there could be a song by Group X that you give me that might be garbage, but being that you're my man, I'll listen to it and be like, yeah, this is kind of tight because I got it from a friend. You know what I mean? And so I just really think the whole community is lacking in the download culture. But as far as business-wise, I'm like, whatever, man, burn my record. And not only that, but burn multiple copies and give it to every girl you know.
Well, I mean, I honestly think, and I preach this all the time, but not necessarily on the air, but with a lot of these people that are, you know, on the people that download music, and I'm like, you know, I know groups like Living Legends, like Def Jux, like the Rhyme Sayers that have literally taken something that's like killing the major labels and used it as a marketing tool, like literally. Like, you all use promos. No major label does a promo. Yo, you know, the fleas of 1,000 camels are going to infest your, you know, I still bumped that. When it came out, I bought it, and then I ordered the wax. Boom, got the wax, you know. So I don't know if I'm just like way up here and a lot of people are just buying it and burning it and never buying or never going to the show, you know. But it seems like some of the more independent artists kind of took that and went, okay, if this is going to be there, then I'm going to figure out how to use it to my advantage.
Right. Yeah. No, I'm not against it, man, because, like, quite honestly, I'm surprised I made it this far. And if I made it this far and all these cats are downloading my stuff, I'm cool. Like, this can all end tomorrow, and I can step away from it kind of going, yeah, I did some dope stuff. Like, you know, my mom's happy, and both my little brothers are happy, so I can't really complain. I'm not mad at you kids. Go ahead. I mean, quite honestly, I think you guys spend way too much time on your computer. Yeah, that's right. Turn your computer off and come to bed.
That's what my girl says to me, the exact opposite. Turn it off. Come on now. We've had legends here probably 5 times in the last 6 years. Last time we had Murs, Tom, Grouch, and we've kind of become buddies with those guys, you know, over that span of time. We know you're friends with Murs. How did you guys hook up? I mean, that's kind of a big gap. Was it just music? You guys were at the same show type thing, or?
I mean, them fools came out to Minneapolis for a show on one of their tours with Hyro, and at this time I already kind of had a little bit of an ego going on, so I went to the show to check it and stepped to a couple of them one at a time and was like, hey, my name is Slug. Can I get your autograph? Just to see like how cats would react. And a couple of them were just like, oh yeah, sure, and signed it. And I was just like, oh, Herb. But then when I stepped to Grouch and asked, he was just like, oh, you fool. And like, it's like I was just basically checking to see if these kids knew who I was, you know what I mean? Because I was still stuck in Minneapolis trying to get my touring on. This was right after, you know, maybe 6 months after Overcast.
And they had just all moved down to L.A. from Oakland and Arizona and all that stuff. Finally are doing their thing down there.
Right. And so I guess just from how I stepped to them and whatnot, Grouch and Merce both appreciated my humor. I don't know, me and Merce clicked pretty hard just because I think that we kind of have a similar upbringing, and I don't mean like in the same kind of neighborhood, but I think that our parents were pretty similar. You know, I think that me and him share a lot of ideals and whatnot. I think that, I don't know. I think the real time when me and Merce clicked, like for real, was when one tour we were out here, out west. I can't remember what city we were in, but he was just at the show kicking it and whatever. I mean, he just got a chance to bro down and talk for a while, and it just was obvious that, you know, we were going to end up getting along really well.
Do you want to explain the Christina Ricci phenomenon between you two? What the heck was going on with the whole Felt project and all that? That seemed to me like it was going to be like the ultimate hip-hop record, you know, it was Verse and Slug, and I mean, I dug it a lot, but 9 out of 10 people are like, what?
Yeah,
you know?
I mean, I don't think people really understood that we basically did that whimsically on a weekend. You know what I mean? Like, it was like I was in L.A. trying to get away from my girlfriend because I was freaking out. He was like, you can come stay with me, so I flew out to his house on the drop of a hat, just came to basically chill. And then while chilling, he was like, let's go to Grouch's and make a song. And a song turned into 12. And then we were, well, what do you want to do with this? And, I mean, you know, we both knew about each other's fetish for big foreheads and pasty white chicks. So we decided to dedicate the album to Christina Ricci. We're actually going to do another one pretty soon. We're trying to decide if it's going to be for Drew Barrymore or Meadow Soprano.
Meadow.
I'm thinking Meadow, but see, the catch to this is, like, with the Christina Ricci thing.
Did she ever find out about it?
Well, I haven't received a cease and desist notice yet, so I don't know. But I don't know. See, but the thing with Drew is I think one of us could actually nail her. So I'm thinking we might want to go with the Drew Barry, just so we could play it out completely.
Yeah.
Sorry, did I say nail? You know what? That's me.
You guys
I am the one.
You can
that
cuss all you
hammers
want. I'm gonna go
with
back
a
and
high heel.
Yeah, you hammer with the high heel.
I've been doing that for years.
Let's see, where am I at? Oh yeah, Atmosphere now consists of Slug as the MC and on production, and Mr. Dibbs as the turntablist. That's not the three that started out as Atmosphere, right? Could you explain that a little
Atmosphere
bit?
started with me and a kid named Spawn, and you know, we just grew in different directions and went different ways with our lives. Not really with hip-hop, but just with our lives. And so he ended up separating and going to do his own thing. Within the course of that, me and him had met Ant through a mutual friend, a rapper named Beyond, who's now calling himself Musa. Ant started doing beats for me and Spawn. Prior to that, we were doing our own beats, and we sucked. And so it made sense to work with Ant. Not only that, but Ant was as prolific as I was. Like, I'll go to Ant's house every Sunday, and he'd have 30 new beats ready, and I'd have 30 new rhymes ready. So it seemed to make a lot of sense. After Spawn left, me and Ant just kind of did it solo, and I started touring with Idea and Abilities, just so that I could, like, you know, study young people and watch how they get excited by seeing cows on the side of the road. And then after, like, they started catching their wreck and getting known, it made sense for them to branch off and do their own thing, and that's when I called Dibbs and was like, are you still flipping burgers, dude? And he was like, yeah. Oh. And I was like, why don't you come out on the road with me, man, and be a real DJ for once? Yeah. Oh. And we really haven't looked back since. Dibbs doesn't really get involved with the creative process or the making of the records. He stays solely involved with the tour. It's pretty separate. Ant doesn't really get involved with the touring, aside from the fact that his beats are used. Right. And Dibbs doesn't get involved with the making of the records, aside from the fact that I might thank him in the liner notes. But
so you're like the constant, and you got those two guys like got your back.
Kinda. And it kind of helps me keep the record and the touring separate. It keeps me from thinking completely different about how I want my show to be as opposed to how I want my record to be, you know, and I think that kind of helps me stay balanced.
Well, we saw you with Odd Jobs in San Francisco. He was your hype man. Man, that kid did a really good job.
Oh, yeah, Chris.
And this guy is the first time I ever heard of this kid right here. And
blew his way.
Yeah, we just walk out of that place just like, you know, glowing.
That was at Slim's.
Slim's in San Fran.
I remember that show. Actually, Crescent Moon from the Odd Jobs is